the frequent questions I get asked has to do with how do you know how much to put in a little pump-up sprayer if you're doing some spot treating or whatever. And that's a really good question. There are a few products, and in my experience has been oftentimes with herbicides that it will actually give you. It will say put in whatever 1 fluid ounce per gallon and spray the weed until runoff or whatever. But with a lot of insecticides you don't get that information. It still just gives you a rate per 1,000 square feet or a rate per acre. And you know, there's no simple way around knowing how much you're putting out. You've really got to somewhat calibrate this pump-up sprayer. So you've really got to calibrate the output and know how much surface area you can cover. There are a number of different ways of doing it, but in reality it's no different from calibrating your fairway sprayer or your high volume sprayer or whatever you might use. You've got to know how much you're putting out in a specific amount of time and then how much area you cover in that amount of time. The challenge with a pump-up sprayer is that your pressure is not regulated and stays the same. So you've got to figure out, say when you first fill it up, you pump it 25 times and then about every 30 seconds you pump it again 10 times. So you stay within this range of pressure, and as a result then the flow or the amount of product you're putting out stays within a certain range. So over time you're relatively consistent. But you've got to develop a strategy for how you're going to maintain pressure and keep it relatively close, how much product gets sprayed out in say a 30-second period of time, and then how much area you cover in 30 seconds. And from that information you should be able to figure out then how much product you put in per gallon or liter or whatever, and have it calibrated with the amount of product you're putting out. But the real key is keeping your pressure within a relatively narrow range so that your output through the nozzle stays the same. Next I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of insect control anyway, with spot treatments versus broadcast, where sometimes you might bring one of these into play. Hope that helps. Look forward to talking with you again next time.